so good.
Today is all about something sweet, and I am so ready for it.
Oh, I want to eat.
I know,
okay,
I know,
keep
right?
going, hurry.
And this version ooh, is not what I was expecting. Hi, I'm Julianne, but you can call me Jul. And this is JUL'S Armenian Kitchen. The recipes of my childhood are beginning to fade with time, so I'm on a mission to learn the secrets and stories behind great Armenian home cooking, the way it's always been passed down in family kitchens, right here in the Central Valley. I'll learn how these proud Armenian families built their version of the American dream in ways you won't find written down anywhere else. And I'll be stepping right into their kitchens to see how it's really done. There'll be great food and a few unexpected moments along the way. We're gonna have a delicious time.
Production funding for JUL'S Armenian Kitchen is provided by Fowler Packing Company. 3 generations of family farming in California's Central Valley, bringing Peel citrus and Sampson's grapes to families nationwide. More information at fowlerpacking.com. Ohanians of Fresno. For more than 40 years, Ohanians has preserved Armenian culinary traditions through handcrafted products rooted in heritage, quality, and craftsmanship. What began in the Central Valley is now shared nationwide. For more information, visit ohanians.com.
Paklava. Paklava to Armenians is like apple pie to Americans. It's about as traditional as you can get. Growing up in Fresno, it wasn't a proper feast if it didn't end with paklava. Those golden diamond slices, the pastry and nuts and sweet, sweet syrup. It's one of my guilty pleasures. Well, today I'm meeting with a local chef who's going to show me his take on this traditional dessert. But first, I'm making a quick pit stop to pick up a gift for my host.
I'm so excited because we're going to go see Chef Vatche and he's going to teach us how to make paklava. But I don't want to show up empty-handed, so we're going to go on in and we're going to get some ohi, or you could call it arak, or you could call it rocky. I call it good. Hi.
Arak, or ohi. It's one of the world's oldest spirits, has a distinct licorice flavor that comes from fermented grapes and anise, and it's a staple at just about every Armenian gathering. You may have seen me enjoy it before, and it's actually been called Armenian moonshine around these parts, since families use their raisins to make it on their farms, vineyards, even in their backyards. Perhaps some still do.
You know, while I'm here, I might as well get one for my house too.
If you ask around Fresno where to get a great meal, one name comes up again and again: Chef Vatche Moukhtarian. For nearly 2 decades, he's been the chef and owner behind Cracked Pepper Bistro, a restaurant that's become a Central Valley favorite. Over the years, it's earned awards and a loyal following for bringing thoughtful fine dining to Fresno. But Vatche is not the kind of chef who stays in one lane. He's also stepped into a new venture: Sanctuary Roasting, a coffee brand inspired by the rich traditions of Armenian culture. And if his name sounds familiar beyond Fresno, it might be because he was the winner of Season 20 of Guy Fieri's Guy's Grocery Games. Today, Chef Vatche is sharing his personal approach to paklava, a version that's a little simpler and perfect for home cooks like me. It may not be the traditional way, but don't judge it until you try it, because it's good.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
I brought you a little something.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can't wait to open it.
Yes, please do.
All right. Oh, nice. Arak, my dad's favorite. Mine too. When I was a baby, he used to always give me little sips.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's like, how is this taster? It doesn't work in America, but in Lebanon.
And this is from Lebanon. I
Oh, it
got you a
is?
Lebanese brand.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're so
that.
welcome. It's my favorite.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Shall we get cooking?
Let's go cooking.
All right, let's do it.
And just like that, we were off to the races. Chef Vatche didn't waste any time with me in the kitchen. He'd already pulled out room temperature sheets of phyllo dough for our paklava, and interestingly, he uses muffin tins for his. I've never seen that to make paklava before, but I must say I am intrigued. And of course, I'm seeing lots of butter here.
Is that salted butter or
It's just fresh, unsalted butter.
unsalted butter? Okay.
I
and
do
you've
put a pinch of salt in my mixture.
Okay.
Just because all desserts need a little bit of salt, you know. So.
Oh, you put it in your actual paklava.
Paklava, yeah,
okay.
that way I spread it out evenly.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay. So this is just melted.
Just melted
butter.
butter.
Okay.
You can use clarified butter. You can use ghee.
Yeah.
You know, don't even worry about like the solids when you melt it. Just use the solids too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's the more flavor you can add to something, the better it is.
Okay. Very good.
So the idea, if you're laying it down, you kind of want to just start rolling it, and you want to give it a nice floral shape, and then you put it in, and try to get it to the rim of the cup, the muffin tin, and open it up a little bit. There you go. You want to try one?
Yeah, I was gonna say I need to stop you because you make that look a lot easier than I think it is.
Watching Chef Vatche mold these paklava cups had me thinking back to the countless amounts of paklava I've seen and tasted. Cut into a diamond shape, that's what I was always used to. But Chef Vatche says it's all about the corners of the sheets and a delicate flick of the wrist to shape it to fit into the muffin tins, to give us what I think will undoubtedly resemble a delicious rose.
Tell me how did you come up with this idea to do cups like this?
You know, chefs tend to be a little lazy sometimes.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, so if you want something done fast, you give it to the laziest guy in the kitchen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I had a customer that kind of wanted a paklava.
Uh-huh.
And I said, sure, I can make it. But I didn't want to do the sheets.
Yeah,
I didn't want to cut it. It's
yeah.
a lot of work, and I really don't have patience to bake. So I'm more like, let's get it done type of a chef.
Uh-huh.
So, and most pastry chefs have time. That's beautiful.
It's not bad,
That's
is it?
perfect. That's perfect.
You're a good teacher.
Yes. You want to try one more? Or?
I don't think I'll push my luck.
All right. All right. So we're gonna.
So that's how it happens.
That's how it happens. This is how it kind of just comes together.
And speaking of coming together, the stars also aligned for Chef Vatche when he was crowned the winner of season 20 of Guy Fieri's Grocery Games. He somehow made canned tuna, bananas, and fruit cocktail taste good together.
It was the first time they ever shot that episode in that style. I had 7 interviews before I even got on the show.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Was it stressful?
No. It was long hours. But I'm used to long hours, but it was not stressful at all. So then you want to butter. We butter the outside because we butter the tin, right?
Okay, right.
So we want to do the same thing here and be generous with the butter. More butter, more butter, more better.
More butter, more better? I'm sensing a theme here.
Because this will absorb a lot, believe it or not. I know it looks paper thin,
Yeah.
but it will absorb a lot. And to get it crispy, that's why you need the butter. I think people try to be healthy and you know, don't put as much butter, but unfortunately, you got a soggy paklava.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to enjoy it.
Yeah,
You know.
don't make it.
Yeah, if I'm going to have my calories, I want to go all in.
Right,
Go big or go home.
Exactly.
I'm glad Vatche and I are aligned on this. Give me that buttery pastry goodness any day. Now to make the filling, and at first glance this looks familiar. We have walnuts, sugar, cloves, cinnamon, and an unexpected ingredient, cardamom?
I love that you put cardamom in. Is that spice mix more Lebanese, or how did you come up with that spice?
You know, I love cardamom.
Oh, you just love it.
I just love it.
Okay.
So that's typically what I do. And then we're going to pulse this.
Okay. Oh, that smells so good. Oh, yeah.
After pulsing most of the walnuts, Chef Vatche leaves some of the walnuts in thicker pieces to keep it from tasting grainy and just to add more texture to his paklava. And soon, we will pop these bad boys in the oven between 325 and 350, depending on your oven, for 20 to 25 minutes till browned.
Okay, golden brown.
Golden brown.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep. And you might have a little extra left. You can always save it for your next.
I would put it on yogurt, probably.
There you go.
Yeah.
Use it like a Armenian granola.
Exactly. That's what I would do.
Right?
Before these paklava cups can go in the oven, we need to make our simple syrup.
So equal parts.
Okay.
Cup of water.
Okay.
Cup of sugar.
All right.
We're going to put a pinch of salt in here.
Okay. Oh, is that not 2 pinches?
Armenian pinch.
Okay,
And then the
very good.
vanilla extract I save for the end. So I put that at the end because I don't want to burn off all the liquor to it.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then I use a little bit of lemon zest. So the idea with the trick with lemon zest is you want to stay while it's still yellow.
Okay.
If you cut into the white, it becomes bitter.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so gently. Would you like to try it?
Well, yeah, you know what? I on my wish list is one of these
Micros,
planes.
yeah, they're awesome.
I don't have one. I mean, I have a small one and it's already broken. So, okay, so
Just pull towards you, yeah.
just like that.
Yeah, you don't want to push too much. You just want to get the oils and the
Oh.
lemon zest flavor.
Okay,
Like
how's
when they
that?
make limoncello, they don't use the white. They only use the
Okay, got
yellow.
it. How's that?
Perfect.
Is
Yeah,
that good?
Beautiful.
Okay.
And this one, again, up to you. If you like a little bit more lemony, zesty, use more. If you
Okay.
don't, I believe recipes are guidelines.
Right.
You know, maybe the first one you make it the way the recipe said, but you got to make it fit your lifestyle, your family, your flavor
Yes.
profile. So take a recipe, make it your own, and that's how I do all my stuff.
While our paklava cups bake in Vatche's commercial oven, so timing may vary at home, we head back to the front to make our simple syrup with water, sugar, and lemon zest.
We're getting to the consistency. I like to call it the Moses stage. So when you take your spoon and you run your finger and if it stays separated, you're ready to go.
You're parting it. You're
yeah,
parting the Red Sea.
you're parting it. So
Okay, got it.
at this point is when we add our little bit of vanilla.
So you improvise a lot in the kitchen.
I do.
Sounds like. Have you
Yeah.
always been a jazz player in the kitchen?
Well, that's why I like the kitchen. I think baking is more people who are precise.
Yes.
And chefing is more people who like to play.
Interesting.
And I used to tell everybody my menu is a living, breathing thing.
Oh.
If I come to work and I'm looking at it, it doesn't look right or something is off.
You're gonna change
or,
it.
Or I just have a whim,
Yeah, yeah.
I change it.
But then do people ever get mad? They're like, I wanted it this way like I had it last month. Or are they okay? Do they roll with it?
I think they roll with it. There are
Okay.
certain customers that come in for certain dishes.
Yeah.
And they never change.
Oh,
They've been
okay.
coming in for years, and I know exactly what I'm gonna order every time.
Okay.
So we have our favorites that we never change.
Like that stacked appetizer.
The eggplant
I'm
Napoleon, our
sorry.
scallops, our short ribs.
Yeah.
So on the short ribs, I change the sauce seasonally.
Okay.
I'll do a wine base. I'll do a chili pepper paste. All different ones.
Oh, I want to eat.
I know,
okay,
I know,
keep
right?
going. Hurry.
All right, so
All this food talk was making me hungry. I promise I wasn't trying to rush him. At this point, we have our filling and finely and roughly chopped walnuts, sugar, cloves, cinnamon, and cardamom layered into our very buttery phyllo sheets and baked at 325 degrees for exactly 21 minutes. Meanwhile, our simple syrup is cooking down until it slightly thickens just before that jello-like stage when the bubbles become small and it turns perfectly sticky.
So while we're waiting, tell me about your grandmother. What was her name?
Eskuhi Atikian.
Eskuhi
Atikian.
Atikian.
And Atikian means fire. Atik means fire. So she was probably a very fiery woman back in the day, or the family was.
Where did she live?
Here in Fresno.
Oh,
And my whole
really?
family moved here, and so I have some, my dad's side in Chicago, my mom's side is in Fresno.
Okay.
They went to Chicago, way too cold. Fresno, apparently it wasn't 110 when they came here. So
I see.
they're
Okay.
in Fresno.
Okay.
And so my grandma has passed a long time ago. My mom and dad passed, but are their memories, all that stuff still with us because, you know, we still have family dinners on Sunday. My dad was a big shish kebab fan with his ouzo, with his arak.
That's right.
Yeah, so every Sunday he'd wake up, make food for breakfast,
Yeah.
and then he would make the shish kebab, get ready, and then he would sit down. He was the slowest eater.
Oh.
That man, it could be earthquake, bombing. He would just like, no, I'm not rushing my dinner. It literally a 2-hour dinner. It'd be funny. We'd all leave the table. He'd still be there by himself. I guess the slow living was with my dad. You know, like now everybody wants to go slow, fast. Now it's going back to slow living. My dad was slow living all his life.
Oh,
I appreciate and love that because sometimes in my life we're rushing too much.
We rush. It's true.
We rush. We
really,
don't enjoy
really
things.
do. I know.
So we're gonna make Armenian coffee. This is a coffee that I roast here locally. It came about, we opened a coffee shop and we couldn't find coffee that I was used to. And I said, I really want to mimic what I grew up on. A lot of coffee now is lighter. So this is mid to dark roast,
Okay.
very low acid.
Oh,
So,
nice.
and we blend, as a chef, I do the blend. So the midnight oil tastes more like the Armenian coffee that I grew up on.
Okay.
So we're gonna make our coffee right now. So we'll put this on here. Our jezva, our cup, then we are adding 4 cups, demi-glace cups
Four
of
demi-glace. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
So actually,
Demi-tasse, yeah.
yeah. We're gonna take a little bit out.
Okay.
Make room for the coffee.
Okay. So maybe like 3.
Yeah, 3.
Okay.
We want strong, right? So,
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so 1,
Uh-huh.
2, 3.
So tell me, wait, you don't add the sugar at the same time?
Yeah, I don't add sugar.
You don't add sugar?
I don't add sugar. You want a little sugar?
No, it's okay.
Yeah, okay.
But you're not going to add salt though, right?
No. So that leads to my mom's story.
Yeah.
When she was younger in Lebanon, and the gentleman would come over to court and ask for their hand or interested.
Yeah.
And the women were supposed to go make coffee in it.
Yeah.
And they made coffee, but if the young lady didn't like the gentleman, they would add salt to the coffee. So that was like a gentle way of saying, you're not the guy. You know, if it was sugar, you're good to go.
I really love that.
Yeah.
I might do that sometime, even though I'm already married, just to send a subtle signal, you know.
Yeah, even the family is visiting. That might be a way too. Like, if you get
Okay,
salt in your coffee,
leave
time
now.
to leave right now. Well, you know, coffee in our culture is very hospitable.
Yes.
So typically when somebody comes to your house,
Right.
you make them a coffee,
Yes.
you welcome, you sit
Yes.
down,
Yes.
they enjoy,
Yes.
and then they have dinner, whatever.
Right.
And the second cup of coffee is the goodbye coffee.
Oh.
So if they offer you a second cup of coffee, they're
That
saying,
means time to
go now. Yeah, after this. Yeah. So it's very gentle.
I love it. I love that you were like motivated to bring this aspect of our culture here to Fresno in a product that you're hand roasting, right? That's really cool.
Yeah, we roast it in Clovis. We do small batches. It's
Okay.
20 pounds at a time. You know, so we really focus on the quality. All the coffee that we use is a specialty coffee. So we'll taste it right now. You're not going to taste any acidity. You're not going to taste anything.
Wonderful. Are you burning your hand?
No.
Okay, be
I have
careful.
Teflon hands. I don't.
Oh.
When I cut my fingers, I don't bleed. When
Are you?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
after
to be a
20
chef.
years of doing this, you know. I know my mom and my grandparents were from Zaytun,
Uh-huh.
so they were Zaytun seeds.
Uh-huh.
So I know that much.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, none of us really kept track of like the history or the whole story.
He mentioned his family's from Zaytun, which is in the Taurus Mountains of southern Turkey near Marash, which is where some of my family's from. So who knows? We may even be cousins.
I know I have cousins in France. I know I have cousins in Dubai. I have cousins in Lebanon.
Interesting.
And thank God for social media. That's one of the better things of it is you can keep in touch with family from across the world.
The kitchen is filled with the smell of lemon and rich browned butter. Our paklava is golden and ready to be taken out of the oven, and Vatche begins coating it with the simple syrup we made, pouring it all over the top to hear that sizzle.
So your proportions really are good for like 6.
You can do 12. If
Yeah.
you want to do halves and you have a muffin tin that's a little smaller,
Oh, okay.
you can do like 12. Take half the sheet
Okay.
and then half the filling, so you'll
Okay.
get 12 out of it.
I think I like a bigger one.
I do too. I do too. So,
Okay, very good.
So typically, these are best served next day.
Okay.
Yeah, you can eat it hot. I mean, I like it hot.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm not patient. When I make bread, which I'm not very good at it, I've been practicing my sourdough. Like, I can't
You're
wait
like-
the half hour to
Yeah,
get it
yeah,
cold. I'm like, get me the butter. Yeah.
I cannot wait anymore to try this flaky, buttery paklava cup with my coffee. And I'm excited to read each other's fortunes in the cups, since we both know how to do it.
We made our coffee.
Yes.
Let's pour a little bit. I'm going to give it a little shake. It's been sitting here.
Okay. Thank
Whoop.
you.
And we have our paklava.
Yes.
All right. Cheers.
Thank you for having me
Thank
again.
you for coming.
Smells just right.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly pure.
Isn't that nice? It doesn't need sugar.
You're right.
It doesn't need
Actually,
sugar.
it doesn't need suger at all.
No,
It's
that's
it's still. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got
I'm going to
that.
be wired,
Yeah.
which I accept.
All
I
right.
accept.
I'm the same way. Should we take a bite of the paklava?
Absolutely, and I hope we can just use our hands because
Let's do it.
I never cut it with a fork.
Nobody's
before, so yeah,
watching.
okay, great. Okay. All right, here we go.
Cheers again with
Cheers.
the paklava.
So great. Oh, you have a little paklava on your beard. I
Oh,
need to tell you.
The Armenian.
While we enjoyed our pastries, and perhaps I enjoyed mine a little too much, I asked Vatche about his family's long journey to America.
So it was during the war. My mom and dad and I were all at the bazaar shopping, and they started bombing on the way. We were escaping back home, and a bomb hit like on the building close to us. We came out of the dust, and my mom, I remember, passed out, and my dad the next day packed us and took us to Syria. At that point, Syria was much safer than Lebanon, believe it or not.
Yeah. Their travels eventually led them to a new home in Canada.
When we landed, it was a beautiful day, sunshine. The next day, we were on like the 18th floor of some apartment. My grandma wakes me up, and the whole city is just pure white. It snowed so much in one night. So we had to go to Sears, buy clothing. And my mom was funny. She was negotiating with the lady, the cashier. It was like 100 some odd dollars. She goes, I give you 80. My uncle's like, that's not how they do it. They don't do that. We lived in Vancouver for about 6-7 years. And then my other uncles were in Fresno. So they came to Fresno, checked it out, and they loved it. And they went to Chicago. I have family there too, my dad's side. Too cold, so we decided Fresno. And I've been in Fresno for about 30 years, maybe a little longer, yeah.
So good.
Ah, the beauty of filming. It means calories don't count, so I can indulge as much as I'm offered by my host, which was a lot. While I continued enjoying every bite, Vatche told me how his uncles made their way
I
here.
actually got a job on a cruise ship and jumped actually off the boat in Mexico into the water, and they had coyotes smuggle them.
When was this?
Oh, Jesus. 80s, early 80s.
And they were in Lebanon too before?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're more like they were traveling, they were escaping, I guess, too. And that's the story. Every year it gets bigger and bigger, the story. You know, we need to document that apparently. So
Tell me about the drive to come here. Like, what is like? We use the term the American dream. What does that mean to you?
I think it's different for everybody. I mean, when I first moved here, I never thought I'd own my own restaurant. I never thought I'd have my nice house, family, kids, you know. It was just living in the moment, I guess. Yeah, we're in America, so I was working different jobs, and you know, I think my kids count. I had over 20 different jobs at one point. Yeah.
At the same time?
No. I mean, in life, in a span.
They were like, in
Yeah,
this era, you
I
had
did
20
this,
different jobs.
I did this, and then I saw, you know, Bobby Fillet, Emerald Lagasse, all those guys on TV. I'm like, I enjoyed cooking, so I'm like, oh, I can do this as a living, you know. These guys are doing it, and I went to culinary school around 32 years old, 31, 32 years old when I went to culinary school.
Where did you go?
California Culinary Academy. So I went there, and you know, high school I was like D&C student. I was not very good, but I went to culinary school. I graduated on a dean's list.
Really?
So I guess when you find your niche, you really do good at it, you know. And then from there, I just jumped around, and even opening my first restaurant was just another hurdle because I couldn't find a job. Nobody would hire me.
Interesting.
So I said, fine, I'll just open my own restaurant.
By now, our cups were empty, so we turned them over, letting the coffee grounds settle into patterns. And as we waited, he told me about how his restaurant, Cracked Pepper Bistro, has made it into its 19th year.
Wow.
Start at a 40-seat restaurant, jump to 75, 80-seat, and now inside and outside we're about 200.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't sleep.
Well, that's why I got coffee business.
Very good.
So it keeps me going, you know. So
you're kind of a renaissance man. I mean, you're not allowing yourself to be defined by what's available or what roles exist. You're just creating your own. It sounds like.
I think the basis of it all is I enjoy feeding people. I enjoy making people happy. That's like, I guess, my love language in a sense.
Yes.
So when I feed people at the restaurant, it's an instant feedback, right? It's like either you love it or you hate it. You're telling me right away. Coffee is very similar. If you drink a cup of coffee, you love it. It's like, oh, this is a great coffee. So I guess I'm always like in the business of just making sure customers are happy, people are happy. So I think that comes from the Armenian culture, being hospitable.
After much waiting, we could finally read our cups. I'm so excited to find out what my fortune is.
What do you have?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would say, are you planning a trip to where you're visiting a church in this trip?
Yes, we're planning a trip to Europe, and we're going to see lots of cathedrals.
Yeah. So,
how do you know that?
Well, if you look at it, see the little church in the bottom with the steep?
Yeah.
And then you have the star right above it. So, and it shows when the cup's this clean, it says like you're a pure of heart person.
Oh, is that what the clean cup
Yeah,
means?
if you flip it and it's clean, that means you don't have like heavy weight or it's so yeah, your trip's gonna be fine. You're gonna get there comfortably, and the churches are gonna be available for you to see.
Oh, nice.
I know, right? So
Now, what I see in yours
Right.
is I see a bird. Do you see it?
I see that.
With the wing?
Yep.
And so what I see is, I see you taking flight. I see this coffee thing really taking off.
Yeah.
So birds are good news.
Birds are
Avedis.
good- Avedis. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah.
You got good news coming.
I got
my
good
friend.
news
And I've
coming,
got
yeah.
a great trip coming.
I know, so we're set.
Girl versus
Yeah,
not a desire.
Oh, I didn't know that. Tell me that story.
I never got them enough foam. Let's just say it that way.
You're a wild child.
I
Huh?
guess so.
I love it.
Oh, bless your heart. Now, how old do you think I am? This is something my mother used to always do. She'd be like, now, how old do I look? And people were like, 80? I mean...
Production funding for JUL'S Armenian Kitchen is provided by Fowler Packing Company. 3 generations of family farming in California's Central Valley, bringing Peel citrus and Sampson's grapes to families nationwide. More information at fowlerpacking.com. Ohanians of Fresno. For more than 40 years, Ohanians has preserved Armenian culinary traditions through handcrafted products rooted in heritage, quality, and craftsmanship. What began in the Central Valley is now shared nationwide. For more information, visit ohanians.com.